In this video, we will practice some questions on the topic motion in a straight line. Now, this chapter is very important for your exam point of view and has a huge weightage in exams. The following questions are for your practice for the chapter and are in line with the competitive exams which you have to prepare for. So now let's start with the first question. The first question states that the displacement in meters of a body varies with time t in seconds as this equation is there, right? So the displacement is 0 for a value of t equals to what? Now for displacement to be 0, y should be 0, right? So let's find out the root of the equation. So basically y has to be 0. So what is going to be the root of the equation? Let's just find it out. So the equation is y equals to t square minus t minus 2, right? So it's going to be what? It's going to be this is equal to 0. So t into t minus 2 plus t minus 2. Then this is equal to t plus 1 into t minus 2 equal to 0 equal to 0. So t will be equal to what? Either positive of 2 or negative of 1. Now we have two roots, but since the time cannot be negative, hence t is going to be equal to what? Positive of 2. So positive of 2 is the correct answer. So now let's move on to the second question. So the second question states that a body starts from rest and travels with a uniform acceleration on a straight line. If its velocity after making a displacement of 32 meters is 8 meters per second, then what is going to be its acceleration? Now here we have been given that the initial velocity is 0, that is u equal to 0, right? And the final velocity, that is v, is equals to what? 8 meters per second. And the displacement is what? It is 32 meters. Hence, we have to find out what the acceleration, right? So, we will use the formula what? V square equals to u square plus 2as. So, v square equals to u square plus 2as is the equation which we need to write. So, v square is going to be 8 square equals to u is nothing but 0 square plus 2a is what we need to find, and displacement is what? 32. So when I'm going to solve it, a is going to be 1, that is acceleration is going to be 1. So this is what the answer is. So now let's move on to question number 3. So now coming to the third question states that a boy starts from a point A and it travels to point B at a distance of what? 1.5 kilometers and then returns to back A. Now, if he takes 1 hour to do so, his average velocity is going to be what? So, the boy travels a total of what? 3 kilometers. Why? Because he travels 1.5 kilometers from A to B. Then he is traveling 1.5 kilometers from B to A, right? So, the total distance travelled is going to be what? Your 3 kilometers. This is going to be the total distance travelled. And the time is what? Time is actually 1 hour, right? So time is nothing but time is 1 hour, and distance is what? Distance is nothing but 3 kilometers, right? So what is going to be the speed? Speed is going to be distance upon time. So speed is going to be what? Distance upon time. Distance, I know that it is 3 kilometers, whereas time is what? 1 hour. So speed is going to be nothing. It's going to be 3 kilometers per hour, right? So this is going to be the correct answer, right? No, of course not. This question is actually wrong. Now the question, but this answer is wrong. The correct answer is actually 0. Alright. Because when the boy actually travels from point A to B and back from B to A, then the total displacement is what? 0. Right? So the total displacement is actually 0. Hence what? The average velocity, which is the total displacement upon the total time, is actually 0. And when the average velocity is 0, so what is going to be the answer? 0, because the displacement is 0. Got it? So the correct answer in this case is 0, and it is not 3 kilometers per hour. Just keep this point in your mind. It's really very, very important. So now let's move on to question number 4, right? I hope you understood question number 3. So let's move to question number 4. Now in question 4, we have been given that a boy moves on a circular distance of what? Radius r. Now starting from point A, he moves to a point B, which is on the other end of the diameter AB, right? The ratio of the distance traveled to the displacement made by him is what? Now, basically what they are saying is that this is point A and this is point B. So obviously this is going to be the displacement, whereas the distance which is traveled like this. So this is going to be your distance. So I would say that this is nothing but this is your distance. And this is nothing but this is what your displacement. So this is nothing but this is your distance and this is your displacement. So distance is nothing but distance is pi r, right? And displacement is what? This is your pi and this is your r. And this is your distance, whereas your displacement is going to be what? Displacement is 2 times r. So the ratio of distance over displacement is going to be what? So distance over displacement. So distance over displacement is going to be pi r by 2r, which is going to be nothing but pi by 2. And that is your answer, right? So the ratio is going to be what? Pi by 2. And this is basically what our answer is. So let's jump to question number 5, right? So question number 5 says what? It says that a 180 meter long train is moving due north at a speed of what? 25 meters per second. And a small bird is flying due south. A little above the train with the speed of 5 meters per second, the time taken by the bird to cross the train is going to be what? So the train is going to be like this. Alright, so the train is going to be like this. So this is going to be your train. So it's actually moving at 25 meters per second, right? And there is this bird. So I'll draw the bird for you. So let's pretend this is a bird. Okay, feathers and on. And I. So this is a bird and it's moving at what? 5 meters per second. Okay. So now let's focus on the important information that is given. Okay. So first we have been given that the length of the train is what? 180 meters. So the length of the train is going to be what? 180 meter. And the train is moving with the speed of what? 25 meters per second in the north direction. As you can see in the diagram which I just drew. The second pair of information is about the bird. Now the speed of the bird is what? 5 meters per second. Therefore the train and the bird both are moving in what? An opposite direction. Because the bird is moving in this direction and the train is moving in that direction. Now we have to find the time which is taken by bird to cross the train. So let's work upon it. Okay. Now both the train and the bird are actually moving in what? Opposite directions. Okay. Hence there are what? Net speed is going to be odd by. Basically what I'm going to say is the net speed is going to be 25 plus 5, that is going to be 30. So we have to add it. So it's going to be 25 plus 5, that is going to be 30. So this is going to be the net speed. Now the speed is nothing but speed is distance upon time. Alright. And what is going to be the time? Time is going to be distance upon speed. So distance is nothing but 180, whereas speed is what? Nothing but 30. And when I'm going to solve this, my answer is going to be what? 6. So time is what? 6 seconds. Hence, the answer, that is the time taken by the bird to cross the train is what? 6 seconds. So I think we have reached the end of our discussion. I hope you people understood what all we just studied, and I hope from now onwards you can easily solve any question of this particular topic. You can go to EduRev, find so many amazing questions there, so many tests and docs which you can actually practice and just get better at this topic. So let's meet up next time. Thank you very much.